The regulations will be out very soon. I can't tell you precisely today, but before you even get to read one chapter in our SGIS, you'll have an answer. Pennsylvania is not our model. We never said it was. We want to improve beyond what Pennsylvania has done. The DMIC problem in part stemmed from the lack of staff from the state agency being present to make sure that the cementing of the casing was done properly. We will have inspectors at the site. Before any drilling goes on, the cementing will be tested to the satisfaction of New York State staff. We did address the problem of methane gas release. It is a serious concern. There is such a thing as global warming. We agree with you. And all steps need to be taken to mitigate or reduce the amount of methane released. Look at the SGIS and see what you think of what we've provided. Thanks.
I want to make two comments. I'll comment on methane, but first off, I just want everybody to know. I mean, I've been drilling wells in New York for a while. Okay, so if I talk about applying for a permit and getting a permit and having the DEC regulate me, I'm talking from experience. Let me tell you something. Whether it's a regulation, whether it's a permit condition that's applied from the SGEIS, if they write on that permit, you will jump up and down 3 times before you walk on location. You will jump up and down 3 times before you walk on location, because you must do everything under that conditions in that permit to drill that well. That's the way it is. So don't let anybody tell you, oh, we've got to have this all spelled out in regulation, because you don't need it. We can't get a drilling permit until the DEC looks at everything we send them, and they inspect everything, and they come out to that well site, and they look at our water plan, and they look at our road plan, and they look at everything else, and they say, you know what, we want you to do this. We can't go through that well. We have to do that. Okay, the methane, I wanted to, I've been involved in various methane things. I was involved with one with Syracuse University when they were drilling, they drilled some wells to do some geothermal pilot holes for their new facility in Syracuse. They hit natural gas at 100 feet. I have a water well at the corner of my house in Spencerport. I have gas at 5 feet. They put a foundation in Brockport, at SUNY Brockport. They leveled the ground, put gravel on it, came back the next day, and there's gas bubbling up. Natural gas and methane releases, the reason they go up natural. Water and gas accumulate in a lot of places. Where we get our water in this state, and a lot of places in the United States, is the same place we find those hydrocarbons. So methane is natural. Our business, okay, the energy business, is to try to accumulate it and sell it. We will do everything in our power not to let it go up in the air, because those are our dollars. So what we want to do is put it in a pipeline and sell it. So when you see a flare, we don't want a flare all the time. And by the way, that flare is the burning of methane. There is no methane released from that. Methane burns. Okay? And you'll see that there's presentations that show the exhaust. They show infrared photographs of exhaust that say this is methane. Infrared photographs photograph heat. What you see is the heat off an exhaust. There's no methane. Methane burns. Exactly.